I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe you're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe you're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I had to leave. I will let you go. Why do you think that I want? Why do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we get ready for pole day qualifying in our doubleheader weekend at the World Center of Racing. This is Daytona International Speedway as we get ready, for the 25th race of the season for the Duracell Ultra Lite Series Season 2. This is preparing us for playoff race number 5. This is the middle race of the final elimination round. 2 more races, including this race weekend, will determine our final 4 to compete for the championship when we eventually get to Michigan. 10 minutes going to be on the clock here for 31 drivers to try and put down that all-important fastest lap of the race, or of the session, I should say. Daytona is not really a track that's all about track position. Obviously, starting at the front, you maybe have a better chance of avoiding the dreaded big one. But middle of the pack, rear of the field, if you got a good car, if you got teammates or drivers, alliances, if it's manufacturers, just people you're comfortable working with, you can make your way up to the front pretty quickly. So, I guess if anything, you're just basically looking for a good starting track position. Also, you'd get a pretty favorable pit stall down here towards the exit pit lane if you end up qualifying well. It is a wild card race whenever we go to a super speedway. Now, with that being said, wild card race in terms of our remaining playoff contenders as well. We've got 9 playoff drivers right now that are still in the hunt. Of course, we ended up having that 3-way tie for the final transfer position when we ended up getting to the elimination race back at Dover. And so that means that at the conclusion of this round, there will be 5 eliminations. Right now, there is no driver that has won their way into the final round of the playoffs, as last time out at Arizona Speedway, we saw Chris Dollerton go to victory lane. Non-playoff driver got his first win of his Lite Series career, and that means that currently all of our 9 remaining playoff drivers, they are all having to rely on points to get into the postseason. We know now that at least 2 drivers are going to have to point their way in to the final 4. How about the non-playoff drivers, though? They still want to go to victory lane here this weekend, as we're looking at a couple of former winners. That's Cole Koibe in the 38, our winner from Manassas. Jordan Anderson right behind him, our winner from I-69 Speedway. Anderson, the only driver that began the playoffs that is currently no longer in the hunt for the championship. He was the only one eliminated back during that round of 10. So make his way around Cole Koibe, and we'll start to get some lap times here on the board with the 89 and the 38 beginning those cycles. There's Chris Dollerton, who went to victory lane last time out, a couple of weeks ago at Arizona. became the first driver to win a Cup race and then a Lights race. Of course, Eric Monaco, first driver to win a Lights race, then a Cup race. Dollarton, with that victory, did manage to move up 5 spots in the standings. We don't talk a whole lot about it here during the course of the playoffs, but you know, there still is a goal for the drivers that aren't battling in the postseason, battling for the championship, to finish the highest they possibly can in the standings that they, you know, that mathematically they are allotted, which at this point in time would be 11th in the standings. So, you know, Autumn Brooks, David Dixon, Jackson Haywood, Nathan Stapleton, drivers like that that are hovering between 11th through 15th in points, they still want to finish 11th in the standings here to try and build some good momentum if they return to the Light Series in Season 3. David Dixon that we're looking at right there, he's currently 6th fastest on the board. Dollarton is 12th, but he didn't have the aid of draft. He will now. There's Cody Majorek, one of our playoff drivers. He's 4th in the standings after a decent run last time out at Arizona. 9 points out of the points lead. If the playoffs were to have had the final elimination race last week, he would be the last driver in to the Final Four. So he's basically the bubble driver coming into a track like Daytona. Jack Mitchell, one of a few drivers that are moving down from the Cup Series to race here in the Light Series race this weekend. Mitchell in the Cup Series playoffs, as is the driver second on the outside line right there, that orange and white number 16 of RJ Bishop. Nathan Fogler right there in front of him. We'll see Fogler tomorrow morning looking to attempt to qualify for the Cup Series race. Anthony McCurry down here in the Light Series for the All-Star car at a Garage 55. And while I've got the opportunity here, this recording is currently being done on Monday of this week, and want to send out heartfelt condolences to Anthony McCurry and his entire family. Literally about 2 hours prior to this recording, ended up getting the sad news that Anthony's mother had passed away, so want to send out condolences to him and his family for sure. And yeah, it's tough because you really just, you don't know what to say. It, you know, obviously want to send him our well wishes at this time. And you know, it's tough because, you know, everybody knows, everybody's aware that this is a sim. We're not actually driving these cars and everything, but that's real. And to separate the virtual from the reality, it's tough. So again, well wishes, thoughts, prayers to Anthony and his family at this time. And yeah, I mean, where to go from there? Juan Garcia, we'll try and get back into this here. Juan Garcia, one of our playoff drivers, 5th in the standings coming to this one. He's 3 points below the cut line. Garcia, if I recall correctly, I think he had the pole when we were at Daytona last year for the season opener. Pretty sure he did. I'll have to double check on that. Right now he's 29th on the board though, so it's not looking like he's going to start in the pole position this time. I say that with a little less than 3 minutes remaining, and still plenty of time for someone to shoot up to the top of the board where Kat Batson currently resides. Looking at Kyle Langland in the 26. We already know that World NOS Racing is going to have a representative in the Final Four, with Daniel Voiles picking up the victory this past weekend at Boston. World NOS Racing looking to get a driver locked into the Final Four here in the Light Series, with Langland, who comes into this one 7th in the standings. He is 6 points below the cut line. Couple of drivers out of Haas Racing, playoff contenders there. Aubrey Powell in the 71. Aubrey is last of our remaining 9 playoff contenders. Did not run well last time out at Arizona. Dropped from 4th to 9th in the standings and currently is 16 points below the cut line. Colin Grace almost won his way into the Final Four at Arizona. Finished runner-up to Chris Dollerton, leading the point standings, 9-point cushion back to that cut line. Eli Bright also had a great run at Arizona. Moved up 5 spots and stands from 7th to 2nd. Only 3 points to the good, though, above the cut line. So needing another good run here this weekend. Roberto Crown Jr. making a move there on Jordan Anderson. 16th fastest right now for the 18, who is 6th in points. 4 points below the 4th in the standings cut line. There's Kat Batson, who right now is top of the board with a 46.316. Looking for, let me double check, looking for, yeah, her first pole of the season, if it sticks. Cam Wright Jr., 11th fastest right now for the 3-time winner. He's 3rd in points, 2 points above the cut line. And I believe we have one other driver to talk about, a driver that has had some success here in the past at Daytona. That'd be Skylar Taylor, who ended up picking up the victory when we started out the season at this venue. Right now, 7th fastest for the Costco Mazda. Taylor 8th in the point standings coming into this one. Another driver that struggled last time out at Arizona. Total of 15 points below the cut line. 20 seconds remain on the clock. Does not look like anybody's going to be able to top the lap time put down by Kat Batson. Trying to find the 39. I was going to say, did she come to pit road? Looks like it. Right now, Cody Majoric would share the front row with Batson, making him the highest starter of the playoff contenders. Ralph Mason, Daniel Voiles, and David Dixon right now the top 5. You got to go all the way down to 8th where you find Skylar Taylor for our next playoff driver, and only 2 playoff drivers currently slated to start this race from inside of the top 10. We will wait until session is officially complete, but it looks like a lap time 600ths faster than the rest of the competition is going to put Kat Batson on the pole position for the first time here in Season 2. We had a late jump into the top 10 there. Cam Wright Jr. actually just jumped up to 9th, so 3 playoff drivers will be inside of the top 10. Skylar Taylor dropped to that final 10th position. It's like Colin Grace, Roberta Crown Jr., Aubrey Powell. They're going to be just outside of the top 10, but inside of the top 15. Though Powell, I think, just got moved to 16th position. And there is session concluded. Here from Daytona, Kat Batson going to take the pole position. That'll be her first here of Season 2. Let me see if that is her first overall, or did she have a pole back in Season 1? Double checking here. Yes, she did have a pole back in Season 1. So this would be her second career pole in the Lite Series, but first of Season 2. And Cody Majoric will be alongside her in row number 1. Mason and Voiles in row 2. David Dixon in row 3 with Jack Mitchell. Chris Dollerton, last time out's winner, and Jordan Anderson will be row 4. And then Cam Wright Jr., Skylar Taylor, a couple playoff drivers, will make up the completion of the top 10. Colin Grace will start 12th. Roberta Crown Jr. 14th. Aubrey Powell got dropped just out of the top 15 late. Will start 16th. Kyle Langland in 19th. Juan Garcia all the way back in 23rd. So they apparently did not bring the same pole qualifying speed here in this Daytona race that they did back in the season opener. And I believe that is all of our playoff contenders. Yes, it is. As you got RJ Bishop going to be starting shotgun on the field, is that Cup Series driver. He'll look for a better qualifying effort in Cup qualifying here tomorrow afternoon. I don't think I actually said Eli Bright on the grid as well. 20th for the 20 car, so my apologies on that. But that's going to do it here for qualifying for the Lite Series drivers. Again, as I said, qualifying is important, I guess, in terms of pit stall selection, but really not a whole lot of important in terms of can you work your way to the front. It's a super speedway. We definitely know that we're going to see a lot of these drivers mid-pack, rear of the field. They will be up at the front probably very quickly in tomorrow afternoon's race. Will we see a playoff driver go to victory lane and lock themselves into the Final Four? We will have to wait and find out. Thank you all for tuning into this qualifying session. If you enjoyed it, be sure to consider like, subscribe, part of the crew today. We have shown you your starting lineup for tomorrow afternoon's race, which will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow afternoon. Cup qualifying tomorrow at 1 will be our next thing on the docket here from Daytona. Until then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, Offline Racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.